First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Antonio Marshals and the Detroit Lions. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Hey, go here! Zebra! Tag 52, let's go! Watch the twist! Watch the twist! Ready! Ready, hot! You gotta get moving, man. Ready, hot!
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
11. Tag 50, tag 50.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
21. Hey, 51 is down. 51 is down.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 22.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, alert it, tag 53. 21, zebra, tag 57, ready? Hot.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Set. Lady. Jumbo, set. Hey, 70. Hey, turn it up. Go here. Let's go now, let's go.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Set. 180. 3 down. Hey, 4 down, tag 53. Hey, 22. Kill. Turn it up.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. In for the score. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Throwing on first down. Rose. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, Rose. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Off play action. Rose. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
56.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
50. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch QB draw. Detroit. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's San Antonio football here to begin quarter number 2.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Set. 319. 319.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Lucky 56. 84. Who's got 84? Check 84. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 3rd down. Rose. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Green 39. Over, 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 over.
On 1st down, Rose. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going. Going out of bounds. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Jumbo, 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 set. Hey, takes 2 right there. Check the backer, check the backer. Hey, 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 hey.
On 1st and 10, Stafford underneath for Johnson. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, tag 50 left.
Stafford on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
2. Hey, tag 58 here, tag 58. Ready. Alert 3. Hey, give me that. I need it. If he comes.
From the gun, Stafford. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
11.
Stafford looks to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Wait, 7. Set. Blue 60. Keep it there. Ready. 4 down.
Throwing again at Stafford. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on first down. Rose. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Leopard! Leopard! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Back to throw. Rose. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rose flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rose looking deep for it. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately. And it's caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see, great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lets it go for Nelson. He's got him in, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. And they say a fit. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Watch it now, Barney.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll go again to Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
On 3rd down, Rose. And Adams has it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
A give to Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down. Rose stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. And this offense on third down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Green 39! Green 39! Hot! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Operating from the gun, Rose. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hey, guys, check me out. Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here we go now. 319! 319!
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
To throw on 3rd down, Rose. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. And they rattle off a big one. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Set. 319. Watch him now, Barney. All right, now, look at this.
Now Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. 319.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Here's Jones. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Jumbo. Hey, 22. Hey, Jack 53.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Detroit. J.J. Nelson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And now if they convert the extra point, the Lions will have the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive. Rose got a man on the right sideline. That's Rose. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The give is to Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Check, Patriot! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Rose looking deep for Adams. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to the air on 2nd down. Rose. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
On 3rd down, Rose. Flush to his right. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
4 down. Check.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
3 down. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
On the sneak, it's Stanford. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
First down.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down. Double right. 21. Hey, 22. Zebra! Zebra! Tag 57, ready!
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. And the gap in that one has widened. The Bears have scored again. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year.
Under crunch. New Mike 52.
Throwing here, Stafford. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
We're rolling. Hey. 4 down. Ready.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. On second down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now a stoppage here. We'll get another timeout. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a third down and 17 to go. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However,
you